My nose itched so much today. It's like it wasn't even itching before I put the camera on, but now it is, and that's just so annoying. You know how that happens sometimes? Whatever. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. So Jeremy for boys. And I think Jeremy is just, you know, it's not a dorky name, but it's not like a super awesome name. It's a normal name, but it's not that common either, so. Okay, for K, I think these are actually really rare names. I chose, for girls, Corinna. It's Korinna. It's like Corinne with a C, but it's with a K, and it has an A at the end. So, yeah. And actually, this has a story behind it, too. When I was about 10 or 9, I believe, I was writing a story, and I used the name Corinna for the girl. And I just made it up. I didn't even know it was a real name. I just thought it sounded pretty. So I used it, and then I found out it was a real name, so I was like, hey, I could use this. So yeah. And then for boys, I chose Caden. And I don't know. I don't know. Caden, it's something about it is just really appealing. Alright? So, okay. Now, L. L was actually a really easy letter to do because both of my favorite boy and girl's names started with L, and they are Leighton for girls and Levi for boys. Yes, not named after the jeans, but, you know, it's the same name as the jeans. So yeah, I really like those names. I think they're really trendy. Alright, M. For girls, I chose Mimi. Yes, after Beauty XX Goddess on YouTube. Go look her up. She's awesome. She's a beauty guru, so, sorry, I'm like shaking my desk here. But yeah, I'm still shaking my desk, and my nose still itches. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna put my hands up here. Sorry. Okay, and for boys, for the letter M, I chose Mason. And Mason, I actually chose because I liked it, and because on that show, Degrassi, hopefully you've heard of it, because it's a pretty popular show. You know, that character Spinner, his last name is Mason, and I thought it sounded cool, so I was like, oh, Mason, that could be a good name. So, yeah. Nose. Okay. N. For girls, I chose Noelle, and, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I like Christmas names, if that makes any sense, and Noelle is, you know, like the first Noel, and I think it's a cool name, so yeah. And then Nolan for boys. I don't know, it's not very popular, but it's still a nice name, so, yeah. I say so yeah a lot, I apologize. O. There weren't many options for O names, so I just chose, like, the two pretty popular names, I guess. I chose Olivia for girls, and for boys, I chose Orion. And Orion is actually, it's not very popular, but it's one of the only, like, usable O names for boys, other than, like, Oscar, Oliver, O something, I don't know. But, you know, I like the name, Orion. Sorry, blanked out there for a second. Okay, moving on to P. I chose Piper for a girl. And Piper, this is gonna happen, like, every minute, so just prepare yourselves by now. Okay, Piper, I actually read that name in a book at one point. It was in one of my childhood books, and I don't know, I thought it was just, like, the coolest name ever, like, just, like, Piper. It sounds so cool and trendy, so. Okay, and for boys, this name was in the baby name books, but I've never heard of it before, but I think it's so cool. It's Pax, like P-A-X, literally just Pax, and it's not short for, it could be short for Paxton, or Pax, just Paxton, I guess. So, you know, I really like the name Pax. It sounds like and you know, no one else will be named Pax, but it's still a usable name. So yeah. Okay, Q was pretty difficult, and I chose like very similar sounding names. I chose Quinn for girls and Quentin for boys. And yeah. Okay, R. R for girls was very easy because my favorite name of all time starts with an R, and it's Reagan. And yes, I know you're probably thinking of what's that horror movie? The Exorcist? Yeah. Was that it? The Exorcist? I think so. Funny thing, I've never even seen that movie, so. But I think Reagan is just, it means royal, so I just, you know, it means, or little king or something like that. So or queen in this case, but, you know, I think it's a gorgeous name. And it's not after Ronald Reagan, so don't ask me that. And for boys, I chose Ryan. You know, it is a kind of popular name, but I just think it's a nice name. Okay, S. S, I chose, for girls, Sylvie. And Sylvie is not named after, but I got the name from a girl in my old school. Not high school, middle school, and elementary school. Itch. And, oh my god. Okay, Sylvie. Yeah, there's a girl named Sylvie. And she had a really, a really rare name. Like, I'm not gonna tell you, like, what her full name was because I don't want you guys to stalk her. But, her name was Sylvie, and then her middle name was, like, kind of a made-up name, but it was, like, very trendy. Oh my god. So, yeah, I really like that name. Okay, and then for boys, I chose Scott. There are a lot of options for S names, but I know people with, like, S names, and I didn't want to use them because I usually had, like, bad experiences with these S guys, so I chose an S name that I didn't know anyone with the name. So, Scott, yeah. Okay, for T, I chose a very popular name, but I chose it because I'm kind of obsessed with this girl on YouTube, and her name is Taylor, and her channel is BFF Taylor, so go check her out, please, you won't regret it, she is awesome. And for boys, I chose Trevor. I really like that name, Trevor. You know, it's another one of those, like, hot guy sounding names. Okay, and then I skipped over U because, the only names for U were, like, are there any U names for boys? I don't even know. But, you know, for girls, it was, like, Ursula, and I don't know, this didn't appeal to me. So I skipped over U. And so moving on to V, I chose Victoria for girls. And, you know, I like the nickname Tori also, so it works out. And then for boys, I chose the name Vance. I'm not sure of the meaning because I didn't really pay attention to that, which I probably should have, but I didn't. So, yeah. Vance is a really nice name, though. Okay, W. I didn't skip over anything because VW. I know the alphabet, don't worry. I know it backwards, actually. So, for girls, I chose Whitney. And I actually knew a Whitney, and, she wasn't very nice, honestly, but she had a nice name. So, I was like, I'll put the differences aside, and I'll just use the name. You know, Whitney sounds like a popular, trendy girl name, so. And then for W, for boys, I chose Wyatt. And Wyatt, kind of a dorky name, like kind of a southern name, I guess. But it could be cool. So I'll give it a shot, you know? Okay. And then X I skipped over. And Y I skipped over. I couldn't find any good names that were, not good names, but names that I actually liked for X and Y. So for Z, I chose Zoe for a girl, and the way I spell it is Zoey, and yes, that is after Zoe 101. I love the spelling of that name. Like, his ZOE is nice, but I don't know, it's too plain, so I added like a, oh gosh, I added like a trendy twist. So yeah. And then for a boy, I chose Zachary. And, you know, Zachary, I actually knew a Zachary, and I mean, I don't know if he'll ever watch this, probably not, but I named what? I had a crush on him, kind of. He was in my 7th grade math class, so, and he was just really awesome and pretty cute.